Her story sounds like a Frank Capra movie. A little-known congresswoman thrust into the limelight when she's nominated to run for vice president. Geraldine Ferraro didn't win, but she changed the game for women. Ferraro died today of cancer. She was 75. Eric Shawn takes a look at the woman with a unique place in history.
I proudly accept your nomination for Vice President of the United States.
A trailblazer for women in politics, Geraldine Ferraro made history as the first woman to be selected by a major party as its vice presidential candidate. Geraldine Ann Ferraro was born August 26, 1935, in Newburgh, New York, to a family of Italian immigrants. In the 1970s, Ferraro became active in local New York City Democratic politics in the borough of Queens and shocked many when she won a traditionally Republican House of Representatives seat there in 1978. While serving 3 terms in Congress, Ferraro quickly made a reputation for herself with the Democratic leadership, and in 1984 she made history.
To nominate Geraldine Ferraro of New York to run with me for the White House.
I knew I was taking a chance, and I figured this might reshuffle the deck and we might make a game out of it.
Initially, the pick seemed to work, as Mondale pulled even with Republican President Ronald Reagan after the convention. But an investigation into Ferraro's husband's tax returns stole that momentum. And although the allegations were never proven, the damage was done. Reagan won in a landslide. In the 90s, she ran for the U.S. Senate from New York twice, but lost in the Democratic primaries.
In December of 1998, I too was diagnosed with a blood cancer, multiple myeloma.
In 2001, Ferraro revealed she had a form of blood cancer. She became a tireless advocate, raising awareness and funds for research into her disease. Refusing to give in to cancer, Ferraro worked on Hillary Clinton's failed presidential bid in 2008. She voluntarily resigned after being accused of making allegedly racist remarks to a newspaper about then-candidate Barack Obama, whom she said wouldn't have been as successful if he were white or a woman.
I feel very bad for people who thought I was a racist. I really do. This has been the worst 3 weeks of my life.
When Sarah Palin was chosen as John McCain's running mate, Ferraro said it was wonderful to see a woman on the national ticket.
The opportunity that I and other women following you have been able to seize, that's just been wonderful.
She broke the barrier for women in presidential politics and will be remembered as an aspiration not just to women, but to all Americans. I'm Eric Shawn, Fox News, New York.
Politicians here in Southern California were saddened by the news of Ferraro's death, saying she changed the political landscape for women.
Because she showed women that there's a world outside for them in politics. Since she was elected and since she ran for Vice President of the United States, many, many other women have come into prominence. Take Hillary Clinton, for example.
LA Representative Maxine Waters served in Congress with Ferraro. She released a statement saying, "Young girls will continue to learn about and be inspired by her ascendancy, her passion, and her mark on history as a strong woman, an important first, and a great American. Geraldine was one of a kind and will truly be missed." Senator Barbara Boxer released a statement saying, "My heart is filled with sadness at the passing of Geraldine Ferraro. This history-making woman was my colleague and my friend. I send my deepest sympathies to her family, whom Geraldine loved beyond measure."